Good afternoon, everybody. I hope we're all doing fantastically today. So today, I want to touch upon the 5 components which really constitute my training approach, my training philosophy, and that which I like to impart on my brilliant clients. But it's not just for my clients, obviously. This is just the 5 fundamental key words, essentially, that I keep in mind when I'm training, okay? And it governs the way I build programs. It governs the way I coach people, both online and when I get the brilliant rare opportunity to work face to face with some of my clients when I see them. And these are 5 things that I like to hold dearly in my mind when I'm building plans, when I'm pushing people. It's kind of a philosophy, if you like. And it's just 5 words, okay? The first word is accuracy, okay? Accuracy in training approach. And that doesn't just mean accuracy in training technique. That means accuracy in actually prescribing the correct movements, which are going to be geared most closely towards the outcomes that we're seeking. All right, real simple. So accuracy is the first word. The second word is intensity. Now, unless your training is genuinely intense, unless you're really pushing your limits, unless you're trying to excel week on week and push your body past its previous bests, your body's not going to change. And, the reality is your body's only going to change as a response to a new stimulus. If you don't subject your body to a new training stimulus, a more intense training stimulus, it's not going to change. And so intensity is the second word that is held dearly at the forefront of my mind when building plans, when coaching people, when pushing people. Are you training intensely enough? The third component, the third word towards my training philosophy, and that within my team of clients, is it must be adaptive, okay? Unless the approach is adaptive, then what the hell do we do if life happens? Let's say you incur an injury, okay? Let's say you fall ill. Let's say the gym doesn't have the specific bit of kit available on a particular day because there's some numpty on it for 30 minutes, or the kit's broken down, or you have to change gyms, you're traveling, or whatever it is. The approach has to always be adaptive. The fourth word is progressive, and this relates a little bit to my words on intensity earlier. There has to be a component of progression there. There has to be a mindfulness to keep pushing forwards and to surpass and supersede previous efforts. Without that long-term progressive mindset, you're going to stagnate, you're going to make progress to a certain point, but then you will stagnate and you will stop in your tracks. So the approach has to be progressive. And that also relates to the previous one, which is adaptive. We have to be looking to change the stimulus as and when it's necessary. And this only really happens generally when we see stagnation or we see tedium kicking in with the client. And then the final word that I hold very dearly when building plans is sustainability. Sustainability literally means, can you continue to do what you are doing or to hold the fitness levels that you have attained given the approach that you have used to get there? Now, in some cases, sustainability is not a factor that needs to be considered. In rare occasions, let's say someone needs to be ready for a photo shoot and they need to drop significant weight, and after that, actually, it's of no consequence that they maintain that low weight. Or perhaps, it could be for a role, for a film, or some filming, or some content, or whatever it is. In rare occasions, the individual is not concerned with the approach being sustainable because the outcome they're seeking is not required to be sustained. But for everybody else, for all these people that I work with who want to be in great shape, who want to feel awesome, there has to be an approach which is sustainable. And if it's not, there has to be good consideration in how to reverse that process such that the results are sustained whilst recovering things like calories, like recovering things such as one's manageable training intensity and what they can tolerate. So those are my 5 words which I hold incredibly dearly when designing programs and when training people. Accuracy, first and foremost. Intensity, it must be adaptive, it must be progressive, and it must be sustainable. But listen, on my story just now, I just posted a Ask Me a Question, okay? So if you have any further questions that you want to ask me, today's a really good day to do it, okay? I'm with my family today. However, I'll have some spare moments when no doubt I'm waiting. If there's some shopping being done or something like that, where I'll be waiting, I'll have access to my phone, and it's a good opportunity for me just to answer some questions. So whether it's questions on your nutrition, if you're struggling with, how to go about your nutrition to get the results that you're looking for, or perhaps you're curious about specific exercises or how best to train or how best to integrate cardio. Perhaps you're struggling with motivation, whatever you've got, guys, any questions that you've got, you can head over to my story and I'll be happy to answer any questions and happy to help you guys out. But for the meantime, thank you for joining me here today, and I wish you all an amazing weekend. Cheers, guys.